I want to welcome you to XTREAMFX Global Academy, where we truly focus on teaching you ways to earn maximum profits in two very lucrative industries. Not only that, we focus on generating income for our common unity and also helping people to understand that ownership is the key to generational wealth. So today, we're actually going to do a very quick tutorial about one of our products, binary option trading. With binary option, you can trade from your mobile phone or your desktop. We are going to teach you how to really learn and start earning with high frequency Forex or HFX. We also want you to become a profitable, consistent, and disciplined, fast-paced binary trader. So let's get down to business. There are a few things that you may want to think about. Now, we do not promote any brokers. However, when you are looking at brokers, I decided to look at the broker Pocket Options. Why? Because they do have a free demo account, a minimum deposit of $50. Also, you can deposit using a Payoneer card, which is like a Visa card, or you can do cryptocurrency. You can also withdraw a minimum of $10 from Pocket Options. And then if you're in the US, Canada, or Trinidad and Tobago, you can utilize this broker. Now, IQ Options, free demo account as well, minimum deposit of $10. Also, you can deposit using a credit or debit card, wire transfer, electronic wallet. You can also withdraw a minimum of $2. And if you are international, you could use this broker as well. They do not accept any US brokers. I know that there are some other binary option brokers out there like Binary Cent or Race Options, but we just decided to take a look at these two brokers. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer. XTREAMFX Global Academy does not endorse any brokers. So please choose wisely and do your research. Trade at your own risk. Past profits do not predict future gains. So every effort will be made to accurately represent our product, service, and our potential. However, just remember that you must trade at your own risk. So let's get down to business. When we're looking at our new product called predictive binary trading, there are some things that you need to know. Number one, you need to know the trading time, and we are going to be using Eastern time zones. You need to understand the currency pairs. You need to understand that a call is a buy and a put is a sell. The time frame that we are going to be looking at is the 15-minute time frame. You always want to make sure you follow the plan and only risk 1% of your account, and then also focus on making 5% daily and then stop trading. Important trading rules. There are 4 things that we're going to talk about before we practice on the binary using our demo account. Number one, it's really going to be important that you are not greedy. 1% risk, 5% daily profit. Number 2, we're going to also practice perfect entries. On the 2-second entry, we're going to always enter the trade at 31 seconds or within 2 seconds of the trade time that we're going to look at. Number 3, we're going to use what's called the martingale strategy, and we're also going to understand what constitutes a win and a loss in binary. So let's take a look at number 1 first. Don't be greedy. These are important trading rules that you should live by. Number 1, risk only 1% of your account on each trade. Number 2, every day set your 5% profit and stop when your goal is met. This is going to be hard for many people to do, considering that you may get several trade ideas and you may make your profit within your first 5 trades and may have to make the decision to stop trading with 20 trades left to go. Number 3, you may want to journal while you're waiting. Journal your feelings, your results, because each trade is going to expire in 15 minutes. So for example, if you are going to risk only 1% and you have $100 in your account, you would be taking trades for $1. If you are going to have $500 in your account, your trade would be $5. Now, if you are going to focus on setting your profit to 5%, you would make at least $5 if you have a trading account with $100, and then you would stop trading. For a $500 account, your profit would be $25 and then stop trading. Now, number 2, this is really extremely important. When we are practicing the predictive binary trade ideas that our team will be getting, it's important that you practice perfect entry. You really don't need to know a lot of technical analysis or how to read charts. You just need to know when to enter that particular trade. So we're going to be practicing perfect entry on the 2-second entry. So we're going to practice that. Extremely important. Practice, practice, practice. You may want to get a Google countdown clock so you make sure you get into that trade at exactly the right time. And you're going to get in within 2 seconds of the trade. So if the trade is an 8 o'clock trade, then you're going to make sure you get into that trade at 7:59 and 58 seconds. Also on your screen, you will be able to track the time more accurately from your screen, but it's also important sometimes to have a countdown clock. You could go to Google and you can get any type of countdown clock that's going to give you the minutes and the seconds, so you can make sure you push the button and get into that trade at exactly 31:32. So get into the trades 2 seconds before the actual time. Always enter the trade on 32:31. All trades are also converted to the Eastern time zone, and you can use the broker clock on your broker screen as well. So I'll show you that in just a moment. Number 3, we're going to practice the martingale strategy. This is important. When you receive your trade ideas, you want to make sure that when you're a beginner, you do not take multiple timed trades. If your trade loses, you're going to enter in again immediately at that 32:31. You're going to enter the exact same trade. Just in case it loses, you may want to go ahead and set up the next trade. Set it up while you're waiting. Don't take multiple trades until you master a perfect entry. When you do take that trade, you're going to multiply the dollar amount by 2. So if you go into that first trade and you risk $1 and you're doing USD CAD, a sell, and you risk $1, you're going to want to go into that trade again. You're going to want to multiply by 2. So now you're going to risk $2 and you're going to take that same exact trade. You have to remember your perfect entry and get into that trade right away. Now, how do you know if a trade is going to win or lose? Well, very important that you only use the martingale strategy one time. Go into that trade one time if it loses. Re-enter only one time and multiply by 2. How do you know if that trade is going to win or lose? Well, if you put in a put, a sell, that means the candle should stay red. If you see that candle turning green, that means that you're getting ready to lose that trade and you want to be ready to go right back into that trade again, utilizing the perfect entry strategy, 31:32. Get right back into that trade again. If you do a buy and the candle stays green, then you won the trade. If you see that candle starting to turn red, you know that you may lose that trade. Be ready to go right back into that trade one more time, utilizing the martingale strategy. We also have a 60-day freedom challenge that we're going to be doing. This is really, truly going to test your level of discipline. Number 1, we're going to trade on the 15-minute. Number 2, you're going to follow the plan. Number 3, risk only 1% of your account. And number 4, focus on making 5% a day and stop. So if you start with $100 on your first day, you should make $5. On your second day, $10. On your third day, make another $5, which puts you up at $115. Now, you may have a lot of trades left to take, but you may have to be disciplined to tell yourself to stop trading. Our goal is to have consistent, steady profits every single day. Not only that, we do have a playbook called the 60-Day Freedom Challenge. My suggestion is to print out this playbook so that you actually can keep track of your beginning balance, your target profit, and your ending balance for that particular day. Also, there are places for you to keep track of all the trades that you are taking. You want to put the date down, the time of the trade, the currency pair you're trading. Was it a call or a put? What time frame were you trading on? Did that trade win or lose? And the amount that that trade won or lost. This is going to allow you to really keep track and start to journal. Real traders journal their progress. So let's take a look at how to get involved in binary trading. So we're going to put all of these principles and rules to action. So let me pull up my screen. All right, so I am actually using pocket options right now. So there are a couple things that you need to know about this particular platform. On pocket options, the background has to stay the same. You can go to settings and change a few things, but the background does not change. If you are using IQ options, you can actually change your background. Now, a couple things that you need to know. Number one, you need to know where to find your currency pairs. So you're going to go up here and you're going to notice that the currency pairs have a drop down. Now, we're not going to be trading the OTC market, mainly because in that market, it is somewhat man-made and can be easily manipulated. So we're not going to trade the OTC pairs. I'm not telling you that you cannot do it, but that is a heavily manipulated market. Now, there are all kind of different trading pairs that you can take. You're also going to see over here that it's going to give you the percentage, and oftentimes you want to go with the percentage that's the highest because that means that it has a higher payout. Now, just for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to keep it right here at NZD/JPY. Also, you need to understand that right here you are going to be able to see the time that you can trade. You're going to see the 5, this is the seconds, right? You're going to see 5, 10. Also, you're going to see the 30-minute. You can trade 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. We're going to be trading on the 15-minute. Now, you have to make sure that you change this to 15-minute, but you're also going to go down here to the bottom and make sure that this also says 15 minutes. So this is the 15-minute trade right here. Now, if you want to change this screen, you can click this button and it will change your settings. Now, I like my settings to be down here at the bottom. So we have the trade currency pairs that we're going to use. We have the time zone. Over here, you see indicators. We don't really need those right now. You also see drawing tools, and then you see these 3 buttons. These 3 buttons will allow you to zoom in and out, right? You can do social trading. We're not going to really focus on that right now, but you can zoom in, right? And you can zoom out. So let's say you want to make it smaller, or you are seeing impaired like me and you want to make it bigger, and then take your screen and just drag your screen over so that you can see these nice big candles and you can see a very clear trading, your trading platform, okay? Now, you also want to take a look at this time zone ticking right here, and you're going to see it's ticking in 2 places. Now, this is on GMT +2. We are going to be using the Eastern time zone, so you want to make sure that if you are not in Eastern time zone, that you change your time zone. So as you can see, this says 53, 54. When it gets to 58, it will say 32 on here. 32, 31, right? This is very important when dealing with our perfect entry, okay? Why do we go in at 32, 31? Because that is the strategy that the particular trader uses who came up with this predictive binary strategy. So not only do you need to know the time zone, you also need to know that this clock is ticking. We're on the 15-minute right now. You also need to know the trade amount. Now, you want to make sure that if you have $150 in here, you should probably be risking just about $1, maybe $2, 1% of your account. Also, here's the strike price. You're not going to have to worry about that. When you get your trades, you're going to be getting the currency pair, and whether it is a buy, green, or a sell, or a put, right, or a call. And then you want to make sure that you understand what the time frame is, 15 minutes. So for the sake of this, for the sake of time, we are going to trade on the 1 minute so you can see when to get in and out of the trade. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to keep it just at this 1 pair. Now, if you wanted to trade multiple screens, you could, and you could take multiple trades. Now, if you are not skilled, you should not be taking multiple trades. I am learning, so I'm going to stay on my 1 trade, okay? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to change this to the 1 minute so that you can see this trade expire. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to change it to the 1 minute. I'm also going to go straight down to the bottom and also change this to the 1 minute. Now, I am going to get into this trade at exactly 58 seconds or 31:32. It'll be 32:31. I am going to push the sell and get into this trade. 34, 33. I'm going to click the button and it's going to successfully take me into that trade. And then we're going to wait a minute. As you can see right here, this trade is risking $2 and my estimated profit is $3.50. It doesn't sound like a lot, but one thing I want you to understand is that those pennies can add up, okay? So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so that you can see, okay? Let me pull this back so you can actually see the screen. Now, I did a sell, so if this candle stays red below this entry point right here, and you see, perfect entry, I got in, and if it stays red below the entry point, it means that I won that trade. If it goes higher than that, it means that I lost the trade, and I think I'm going to lose it, so I'm going to multiply for the martingale and get right back into that trade again. So as you can see, oh man, I think I won at the last minute. Let me check and see. Yep, actually I won at the last minute. So you really have to be paying attention. I'm glad that happened. You really have to be paying attention. That's why entry is so very important, because you could win or lose at the last minute. So I actually went right back into this trade, and this is my entry point right here. Now, since I won that trade, I wouldn't have had to take that same trade again. But if the trade would have lost, then I would have re-entered that trade immediately. And right now it's showing that this trade is teeter-tottering back and forth. So we're just going to see if that particular trade wins or loses on the 1 minute. So the great thing about this is that you really just have to understand this perfect entry, 32, 31, or up here, it'll be right at the 58. So I'm just going to go into the trade again just to show you guys again how you can get into that trade. And great, that trade won again. So not only did I make my $4 back, I also turned a profit on that particular trade. So let's just see. I won $7. So really it was about $3 plus my $4. So you can see how fast you can get in and out of these trades. So again, you have to remember the currency pair, the time frame, how much you're risking, and if you're going to sell it or buy it, you will get those particular parameters. You also want to make sure you go in at 32.31, or you're going to go in right when it's at the 58-second mark. So as you can see right here, it's 10:48. If we were trading and we're getting a trade at 10:50, we would go into that trade and that trade would expire in 15 minutes. So for the sake of this demonstration, we're just doing 1 minute trades so you can see if that trade wins or loses. And as you can see, that trade lost because the entry level was, the green went above that entry level. Let me get it right. So thank you so much for this training. Go over this video. We are going to be practicing perfect entries. So we're excited about this new product, and XTREAMFX Global Academy. We'll see you at the top. Have a great day.